babes, and welcome back to Glamour Girls. In today's video we're going to be creating this purple and copper look for you guys, and I wanted to do this video and this eye look for a very long time. So today I finally got around and I said, you know what, let me just sit here and do a video for you guys. I know that it's been a while since I uploaded a video for you guys, but remember, I'm trying one video per week. So I hope you guys really enjoy this video, and remember, if you are recreating it using your own colors and your own different techniques, please hashtag me at Lynette Michael. Don't forget to subscribe, guys, because if you don't subscribe, how are you going to be tuned into every video that I do? And also don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like this look. And now we shall get into the video. So guys, I'm taking my Too Faced Hangover Primer, and I am just taking about 2 to 3 squirts, and I'm applying this to my entire face. And I am using this primer today because my skin is really dry, and I feel like in winter I really do have dry skin. So I love the way how this goes into your skin and how hydrating it is. So next I'm taking my Dermal Color foundation in DL13. Yeah, it is a little bit dark for me, but I made it work. I tried to apply it with a brush, but then I realized like it's not really going on really well, so I used my finger and I just like randomly dotted my face with the foundation. I noticed that with this foundation here, you got to make the product warm and then apply it to your face. So I just did that on my entire face, and I look like an alien at this point, and I was like dancing to whatever music I was playing. I looked like I was having fun. So I took my beauty blender and I started to blend that foundation out. But again, with the beauty blender, I just felt like it wasn't really blending out really well. It looked really blotchy in person. So what I did was I actually took my Fasali's oil. I recently got this in the 24 karat or whatever it's called. And I took my Fasali's oil and I just applied a little bit onto my face and also on my lips and wherever I thought that I needed it to be. And this oil is really thick, so if you really have like really flaky dry skin, I actually recommend this oil. It really works well for dry skin. So now, as you can see, once I applied that oil to my face, the foundation blended out really smooth, and it left my skin looking like a natural glow. So my skin was actually looking very good, and I love the way that the oil helped that foundation to really blend and also look really glossy at the same time. And I love like glosses in my foundation. So now what I quickly did off camera was I contoured, and I using my LA Pro Conceal in Dark Cocoa, my favorite. Almost done with this one, and I'm just blending all of that contour product with my brush. And I always use a baby wipe or face wipe, and I rub off the excess on it because I feel like it needs to really blend and not look like we just applied some cream product to your face. So what I'm doing now, again, I'm going back in with the same beauty blender, and I'm just quickly blending out that contour lines even more, making it appear like a shadow. So next I used my LA Girl Pro Powder in Banana Yellow, I believe, and it's been long since I used this powder. I remember at one stage like I only loved using this powder because it really matched my skin, so I just decided to use it again. So what I do first is I blend out all of my creases underneath my eye, and I like to apply the powder because firstly I have very deep smile lines and I have like a lot of creasing that happens underneath my eye. So I just quickly blended that out, and now I'm using a teardrop shaped Real Techniques brush. Some people like to call it the tulip brush, and I'm applying this powder I'm baking. And I applied some to my forehead, the bridge of my nose, and then I blended out my smile lines, and I added a lot of powder there because that's where I mainly have the foundation break-in. So I quickly went in with my NYX highlighting and contour powder, and I realized that at that point I should have dusted out the powder first and then applied my contour, because I feel like I like to see where I apply the contour, and I feel like when I dust the powder off it just lightens the contour. So I quickly went in with my buffing brush and I just buffed all that powder out, and that's about it for the powder part. So I use a big brush here and I just like blended all the excess and made everything blend more. And I took my Switch Beauty brush and I just darkened out the contour, and I took my beauty blender and I started to like really push the product into my skin and blend everything out, making it look more flawless. And lastly what I did was I like setted my entire face makeup with my rose water setting spray. It's like a gentle mist, but at the same time it smells really yummy. And I added some blush, but on camera the blush looked really dark, and I was really surprised because like when I was applying the blush I was like, this looks really pretty, but when I looked in the mirror it was like too much. So what I did was I took my big brush, the biggest fluffiest powder brush, and I blended all of that contour powder, setting powder and my blush, and I made it to blend out really well. Whenever I know that if I feel like some product is really intense on me, I always go back in with this big powder brush and I love to blend out all the products. So guys, I just wanted to quickly do my right eye off camera, and this is the look that I came up with. And I think the lashes is a bit dramatic, but you know what, since we're getting all glam, let's just go full. So I did like a semi-cut crease with a nice gold line here and some purples and some orange tones, and it just incorporated all these colors together to come up with that. And but I just add some loose powder before I could get started. So I am quickly going to do this eye for you guys and do step by step. Sorry I couldn't zoom out anymore in. I just wanted to show you what I was actually doing. So let's get started. Okay, so I try to zoom you guys in here really good so you can see the eye look that I'm doing. Firstly, I am applying some of the loose powder on the underneath of my eye, and then I picked up the two shades from the Urban Decay Heat palette. I also got this palette recently and it was really affordable. I got it online, and I'm picking up like those two matte orangey brown shades from the palette, and I apply that all over my crease and near my brow bone. And then I'm taking this shimmer
orange color as well as like this burnt orange color. I'm mixing those two together. Now I completely forgot that these eyeshadows are so pigmented, and like I just picked up so much and I had to dust out some. So what I'm doing with those two colors, I am blending it out on the crease and above the crease, fading into that orange matte colors that we applied. So I had this new palette, actually I had it for a very long time and I wanted to play with some color, so I picked up this burgundy slash raspberry color from this palette and I added that to the crease. And now I'm going in with this purple color. It's a very beautiful purple. I mean, like I could have just left the eye makeup like this as is, added some eyelashes and eyeliner and a bit of shimmer, and it would have looked really good, but I really wanted to incorporate some coppers and purples because we're at the end of the winter season and the fall season, so I just wanted to make it more dramatic. So what I'm doing right now is I took my I think it's my Essence concealer in Soft Honey, and I'm actually cutting the crease, but this time I'm not cutting it really deep and I'm not doing the full lid. I just went like halfway kind of on the eyelid, and I am blending that concealer out and just neatening the eye makeup out. So yeah, it takes a lot of time, but when you learn how to cut the crease, it becomes very easy and simple and fast. So you gotta use your discretion and you gotta judge where you would like your cut crease to stop, or like where you want it to end and where you want it to begin. So I just applied my concealer and then I quickly added some loose copper shimmer over that cut crease section. Sorry, my camera stopped recording at this part here and I was like almost applied all of that copper color, so I didn't have a chance to show it on camera, but it's just one of my loose pigments that I had. So I applied that where I did the cut crease and I'm just neatening it out. Then I went back in with one of my Zoefa blending brushes, and with that same purple I am like packing this color on the outer V and I'm just neatening everything up. So I took that same purple color and I applied it to the outer V and I'm applying it above the crease, and I'm using a pencil brush because it's more precise. So I just applying it above that crease to make that purple fade in really good. So yeah, it did take about 5 minutes to get this part right, because you don't want the purple like overpowering the copper color, or you don't want the orange overpowering the purple. So it depends on whatever colors you choose to use. What you do is you start off with a little bit and then you can go back in like what I'm doing right here, and you can start filling it in and making it more darker, or if you feel like you want to add another color you can. Now you don't need to use just two colors, you can use any color like purple and gold or purple and green, or you can even go like for pinks or blues. I think blues look really good with this. So what I'm doing right now is on my lower lash line I'm just applying some of that copper color in my tear duct area, and that same purple color I am taking it on my lower lash line again with a pencil brush. I really wanted my lower lash line to be nice and smoked out as well. So as you can see, again I am judging and I am applying the colors. So when I feel like it's the right shape and there's good amount of color on the eyelid, then I will go in with my glitter and apply it. So for my glitter I am using the Polish. It's like a glitter stick, and I'm applying this just above that cut crease we did. Now when it comes to glitter, you got to take your time and you got to have patience when applying this, because if you do mess it up, you cannot erase what you just did. So I always advise my ladies out there, if you want to work with glitter, take your time and apply your glitter. And then when you apply the first how can I say, when you apply the glitter the first time and you feel like you need to go back in with more, you can. So now I was done with that, so I used one of my gel eyeliners. Really can't remember the name of this one, it's so old, but I just love using gel eyeliners, especially when it comes to dramatic eye makeup looks. And I'm just like working it in my lash line, and I'm creating a very natural kind of wing. Next I took my Wet n Wild Mega Mascara and I just applied a little bit because I was going to apply some false lashes. And then when I applied my false lashes, I just went back in with a little bit of mascara and I put that over. So I added some mascara to my bottom lashes. I like the way this mascara here makes my bottom lashes look very full and longer than what they are. I mean, it's really nice because the brush as well is very thin, so you can get into the corners and you can grab every lash. So now I'm mixing these two colors from that big ombre palette that I have, and I took it on a flat brush and I'm marking this color on the brow bone, not too much because I don't want my brow bone to be really outstanding. I mean, looking at it now, yeah, I would have went in with a more gold color on the brow bone and my tear duct, but it looked really good. So that was basically the eye makeup done. But again, it looked like I took 10 to 15 minutes to do this eye makeup, but honestly it did take some time. And once you place everything, then you can go back in and you can rectify whatever mistakes you did, or if you feel you need more shadows or more glitter, or you need a more bigger eyelashes, then you can always switch it up and change it. So moving back onto face, I'm dusting away all of that powder that I applied underneath my eyes, and this worked really well because the powder also brightened up under the eyes, which made the eye makeup pop. So to finish off my makeup look, I'm using my Holy Grail highlighter in LA Girl. It's my LA Girl strobe light in 80 watts, and I'm just applying a little bit of this onto the high points of my face just to give my face a little bit of shine. I didn't want to apply too much because I mean my eye makeup was already so catchy, so I just wanted to keep it very subtle.
Okay guys, I'm back, and the final touch would have to be my lips. So I'm going to use my Yardley Claret, and I'm going to go in with this purple shade of lipstick, and let's do this.
So guys, lastly I just applied more of my rose water and my makeup look was done.
So guys, this is the final look and it was pretty simple.